How's everybody doing? Back again with another episode of Untill I'm Famous podcast, starring me, Zane Ellis. That feels weird, like actually saying, well, whatever. We're just gonna, you know, how's everybody doing out there? Hopefully everybody's been doing good. Probably practicing social distancing, disting, social distancing. Social distancing. All right, that's better. Yeah, hopefully everybody's practicing social distancing, because I think things are starting to get a little bit more crazier. Now you got to keep a mask on you all the time. Now they not playing this shit. But hey, we'll get through it. It's not that bad. Just waiting for them to. I'm just like kind of like just looking at this shit, like waiting for this shit to just be over, so we can finally just get back to where we wanted it to be. Just the waiting game is the most annoyingest part. Just waiting, just watching. Because then, like, no matter how long you watch and wait, you probably just think, like, it don't look like it's ending anytime soon. Like, not even a little bit. But we can hope. All right? We can hope. It's going to end sometimes. It's a lot of good things that happened. Actually, no, it's not. Not really. Not really that much good things happened. I'm mad, I don't know if y'all know, but it was just one R&B singer named August Alsina. He was big back in the day, and he came back, and he dropped the album. He hadn't dropped the album in 3 years, and he finally dropped the album, and it was rumored to be suspected that he had an affair with Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah, we're getting straight to it. I actually didn't even kind of set it up. I just went straight to it because that's what we want, right? So it was rumored to that he had an affair with Jada Pinkett Smith, and the rumors died out because that's what rumors do. If no one comes and talks about it, they die out. And that came out 2016 that the rumors was like that, and then 2020 now, he drops music, and he comes out with the I had a affair with Jada Pinkett, right? But also, I got Will's approval. So I mean, technically, it's not an affair. But hey, and he just said that shit, and I was like, everybody was just because now he's getting killed. Not literally, but how social media says getting killed when it's just 8 motherfuckers yo, that's fucked up what you did. But it's a new age. That's a new day of age of getting killed. Getting killed on social media. He's getting killed for that, and rightfully so. Because even if that did happen, I mean, why would you put that out there though? You could have kept that to yourself. And then you know what you really did though? You ruined anybody else's chances, right? Which selfish. I mean, I know it's selfish. But what if somebody like me make it, right? And I get the opportunity to be with Jada, and because she won't do that shit no more, because you fucked it up for everybody. It's kind of like how Diddy fucked up every black nigga's chance to get with J-Lo, because Diddy messed that up. You ever noticed that J-Lo she did not go back. I mean, she did not go back to black, because we all know the saying, once you go black, you can't go back. She didn't. She stayed. She stayed back home. She knew what she was doing. She goes, you know what? I don't like these problems. She ain't ever wanted a black guy ever since. That's what August Alsina did. He fucked it up for everybody, and it's kind of strange because he first off, that's a marriage with a family. They got kids and shit. And then here's the thing. That's not to mention you got a lot of people that look up to them, and how he did that, it was just yeah, you didn't have to do that. And he fucked it up. He really did. He just kind of and I bet he probably felt yeah. You can't tell me you felt right saying that shit, because that's something that you don't want to put that out there, because now he has to fucking defend himself, and that's the worst part about it. Because if I was Jada and I was Will, I wouldn't even come out and defend it. I wouldn't even say anything about it. Let that shit die down. But Jada and Will are gonna have to defend that. So now they gotta come out and explain and tell their business. I wouldn't even do it on. That's why. What would we like to do in our home? We gonna do what the fuck we want to do in our home, but we don't need y'all motherfuckers to be in it. And then that's just that also just raises the point, like, would you want to be in an open marriage? Like, if I meet someone and she wants to be in an open marriage, I don't want to be selfish. Like, you don't want to just be like, let's say, right, if you meet someone with all the qualities, right, she does everything for you, she's a great woman, and treats you right, and she like does everything that you want, all right, and she knows you in and out, she knows you better than you know yourself, and she loves you more than you love yourself. But every now and then she just wants to step out and, fuck her, a light-skinned guy named August Alsina. Every now and then, right? Every now and then. Could I be mad? Yes, I could be mad. But would I be willing to accept it? Because if I know she's gonna come home to me, would I be willing to accept that? I hope I would. I hope. I don't. I don't know if I would, but I want to hope that I would. If the girl of my dreams and treats me to the utmost, to how I want to be treated, and does everything right for me, but every now and then she just steps out with her side piece or boyfriend of the time, August Alsina, would I be cool with it? I don't know. I know that tackles a lot of your thoughts of because we all know how, being brought up, how we think of relationships. We think of relationships as in one guy, one girl, a pretty monogamous relationship, just them, no other women, none like that, And let's say you do that shit and it probably makes you happy. Why? I mean, because being in a relationship, sometimes that shit don't make you happy. It don't. Like, just being in a relationship, no matter how good the girl is or however she may be, it don't make you happy. It gets boring, Sometimes you need that little extra bit of spice, that something, that little cause of danger. You don't want to be too comfortable, that cause of danger can add that little extra zing to life, So I hope I'll be happy if that was the case, I don't think I probably would, though. Let's be honest. I'm a man with a lot of emotions. I don't think I'd be happy if she was just stepping out like that, living like that. But I want to be, if I would love to do anything that would make her happy. If I was married to Jada and she wanted to step out, and it also causes that I can step out, I would do it, And I'm Will Smith. Like, we acting like Will Smith ain't Will Smith, I think it was probably built. I think that open relationship was probably built because he is Will Smith, not John from that works at Walmart. Which, no disrespect to John that works at Walmart, but you're not Will Smith. You're not well known. You're not the girl that everybody. I mean, the guy that everybody dreams. To be with. Or be. People don't aspire to be John from Walmart. They aspire to be Will Smith. And also, I just didn't think it was just the right call to just put that out there, especially for the family, because all right, so let's say he put that out there, and then all of a sudden you find out that Will Smith's kids tried to come beat up August Alsina, which I know that will never happen, but what if for disrespecting their family, that could happen. I mean, it should happen. Shit like that should happen to people. If you it should be some kind of consequences to doing some shit you shouldn't be doing. 6ix9ine should be in jail for for the shit that he did. Even though I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm saying he should be in jail. For fucking as much shit as 6ix9ine did. He should be in jail, and he should do longer than what he did. There's no way you can take real shit. There's no way you can take people away from their families and then just act like you didn't have anything to do with it. Act like it's not my fault. You left me with no choice. Now they let you with plenty of choices, and you took the easy one. But hey, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not, because it's it's not up to me to talk about. That's just how the shit goes. The kind of success that Will Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith kind of have, they got the kind of fame where you can, they can't find out you doing anything wrong, or it's like fucking, especially anything that's like untraditional. You gotta believe in God. You gotta fucking, do everything by the book, cause you can't be like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith famous and be like, yeah, we support the devil. We hate, we hate everybody. We gonna do it. They gotta be nice people. You can't be mean. Because they be like, how? Like, how did they make it? Well, we made it because we're better than y'all. We are the best. That's why we made it. Like all that shit that they talk about, all that believe in God. Nah, we made this shit because we dope. Yeah, they can't be like that. That's so they gotta be traditional. So like when anything like this like come out, like they supposed to take the high road on this shit. They can't just come out and be like, man, that nigga lying. Like you ain't never really seen no shit like that. It's like, but I think now they probably can do that shit. But they might just have to come out and be like, yeah, we live that. we like threesomes. We like fucking open. We have an open marriage, and that probably may open up the conversation of doing for others. Get rid of that. Get rid of that traditional shit. That everybody's so covenant of dealing with. But it's so funny. It's like a lot of motherfuckers being open relationships don't even know it. That's the worst. A lot of these motherfuckers be in open relationships and don't even know it. They just think they just so much better, especially if they like calling out Will and shit like that, because you see all the goddamn memes and shit, and then they don't even know what they in an open relationship. I just laugh at shit like that, like you know what, I know women, and I know that they don't know that their boyfriend is cheating on them, and it's funny because I know that nigga's cheating on you. Whatever. Have a good day. Have a good day. Like I love when I watch these women. They be feeling icy. Like, yo, my boyfriend the truth. He doing everything for me. Like, all right. It's a shame when that bubble get bursted, because everybody know that little icy feeling that they get when they just feeling like, oh, I'm the motherfucking, can't nobody fuck with me. I'm the truth. We all had that. Like, I got a couple of stories of me feeling icy. Like, what I think was it was like, what, back when I was living in Japan, I had this fucking I used to do this little trick, right, where I meet I would get online, and this one of my homies had put me onto this, and he knows who put me onto this, because he knows what I'm talking about if he hear this shit. So he put me on. You message 20 women the same message, and one of them's gonna respond. So, and I would do that shit routinely, and it came to the point where I got really good at it. Just messaging like 20 women a day, or not even, just as much as many as I can, and eventually they would start responding. And I was able to meet a couple of them, and that's why I was really getting my groundwork out. I was living in Japan, but this was like the New Year's Eve kind of time, right? So I meet one. I said, okay, we're gonna meet up for New Year's Eve, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna bring my friends. And I said, all right, cool. You gonna bring your friends? I'm gonna bring my homie. And me, feeling icy. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how easy it is. I'm the motherfucking man. This shit ain't hard for me. And I'm just sitting laid back, just chilling, right, playing the game. At the time I had just got my PS2, so I was fucking up my PS2. Because when I was like, living in Japan, it was a point of time where I'm like, I got tired of playing all these like, common like new games, and I wanted to like really just expand. Like I really wanted to go, because I was really having like a nostalgic factor of like, I miss playing my old PS2 games and having fun on my old PS2 games. So I bought my PS2, brand new. I brought a PS2 right before they shut down having PS2s and shit. So I brought my shit brand new, and I brought like a bunch of games. So I'm sitting there playing them games, and like, it's around the time where I'm about to get ready to go out and meet these women. So my homie comes knocking on my door. I'm sitting there chilling, and like for me, it's easy for me to get changed, because you don't gotta crease your pants anymore. Everything's just easy. You throw that shit on. I was wearing skinny jeans heavy, so you ain't even gotta iron them. You just throw the motherfuckers on. They already they good, right? So, I get ready and shit like that, and we on our way to Tokyo. We on our way to Tokyo. It was me and my home. We on our way to Tokyo, and like right when so I messaged the shorty. I messaged her. I'm like, hey yo, I'm on my way out here. I can't wait to see you. And she sends a message back like, have fun, as we're on our way to Tokyo. But I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have fun. I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you know what, hey, don't worry about it. We good. She's basically saying, I thought it was like probably like a language problem. Like, she's basically saying that we're gonna have fun when we go there, right? I didn't think nothing of it, and I didn't tell my homie because he probably would have poked holes in my theory of me thinking about this shit if I would have just told him about it. And so we on our way there, and we get there. We get to Tokyo a little bit late. For like 30 minutes late. But come on, hey, it happens, right? That trains are usually on time, and I picked the wrong one. So we came there a little bit late. So, but we were still there, and like so as we're there, I'm like, where's she at? So I messaged her like, yo, where you at? No response. I'm like, okay. Usually, all right, maybe she just didn't get that one. She probably was like, in somewhere. She was probably in the club. She didn't hear it. So I messaged her again. No response. So I'm like, all right. And so now my homie's looking at me like, yo, so where is the girl and her friend? And I'm like, hold on, she just probably tired. I'm gonna message her again. She probably just forgot. I messaged her again. Once again, no response. So I was like, okay. I had to look over and go, yeah, I don't I don't think she's coming. And I kind of felt bad because like my homie, he had like plans and shit. He was gonna do all this. He had like a little party he was gonna go to, and like I kind of like just pulled him away from that just so he can come out with me. And, and he was just looking at me like, yo, how? Like, come on, man. I had all these plans, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but you don't think I feel like shit too? Like I didn't know this was gonna happen to me. And then so that was like fucking, I don't remember what year it was, but it was just like so funny. So we're just out in Tokyo, and when I got stood up, he didn't really get stood up. He don't know the feeling. I got stood up out in Tokyo on New Year's Eve with aspirations of meeting someone on New Year's Eve to do my thug thizzle. But so he goes, all right, so what do you want to do? And I ain't gonna lie, I was low key mad as fuck. Like low key, I was real mad. But I was trying to keep it, covered. Like, what? Hey, since we out here, let's just have fun. But when you mad, do you really want to have fun? Like, no matter what anybody say, when you really like mad, and you're like, here's the thing: when your bubble get burst, like when you think you the shit, and you find out that hey, you not the shit, you kind of really don't want to do that much shit after that. So like so since I didn't really want to do anything, so I had I think we tried going to a bar, but we wasn't really feeling it. So I said, do you think we can make it back to your party that you had planned? He goes, yeah, we can see. So we had to get back on the train and get crammed up into like, cause well, niggas don't know, when in Tokyo, whenever you go to Tokyo, like late, when we get on trains late at night, you gotta really get like pushed in, so you like really cramped up into a little small ass train where you can't really move. You just crammed up in the train. So we had to get back into a cramped up train, going back to where we was at, to where the party was gonna be at. We get out there, and as we're getting out there, the time is just ticking. So now it's like what 11:58. And like, so as we're walking, we're trying to run back, but he don't have the fucking official address of where it's at. All you see is just fireworks. Oh, that's New Year's. No New Year's kiss, nothing. We're just looking at each other and like, wow, those some beautiful fireworks, huh? But it happens. All right, it happens. Actually, you know, he's been with me a couple of times whenever the iciness kind of wore off. Like, it was one time, it's another one. We were supposed to go to the beach together, and I had this another setup. I was going to meet a chick at the beach. So I was like, okay, I'm excited. Like, all right, so I'm going to invite my homie. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to meet this bitch. It's going to be good, right? So we go out to the beach. And I'm like, she says she's there and all that. But when I get to the beach, I didn't get a response. So I said, okay, maybe I'm tripping. I'm gonna call her this time. So now there's no hope for that. I'm gonna call her. I called her. She didn't answer. Oh, maybe it's because she probably left her phone on, where her shit is at. So she probably was like out in the water. And I'm gonna just wait for her to come back, and she gonna come back and she gonna see it. An hour passed by. Still no response. I'm messaging her, no response. And he's just sitting there standing like this, like, again, huh? I'm like, well, yep, again. Shout out to my homie. He was there by me when I was at my low. You got you deal with that sometimes. The best part about it is to get that opportunity again. It happens. I just like after that shit happened, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just calm down sometimes, because I do feel I be like when I be doing I be feeling myself thinking I can just do anything I want, and I really can't. I'm really only human. I'm really a normal ass nigga. Like when my head be so big, I be feeling like I'm the shit, and I'm really normal, pretty fucking normal. But the beauty about that is like it just makes me very well rounded. Like now, I get rejected. It don't even bother me no more. Like, oh, it happens. You just get rejected. I don't get my hopes up anymore. That was my main goal. I used to get my hopes up because I used to think like, all right, I got this. How could a chick not want to meet with me? I'm amazing, right? And then when they don't want to meet with me, my feelings get hurt, so to say. But I don't get my hopes up anymore. I'm very, very calm. You know what I do? I expect failure. All right. So whenever failures happens, I'm not too hurt. But whenever success happens, I'm excited, right? So I just expect failure all the time with situations like that. Just calms me down from just really that icy feeling of like me feeling like big headed. I'm like, oh, I'm the man, because I can't be the only one who's felt like that before. Just like really big headed, until life just finds a way to humble you. Life is like that's the beautiful thing about life. No matter what, they find a way to humble you. Mike Tyson was humble. Mike Tyson had was like one of the most scariest boxers ever, but talks like fucking talks like a chipmunk. He can you see Mike Tyson. He's intimidating. His eyes, his body, his presence, his fighting style is all intimidating. But when you hear him have a conversation with you, like, okay, no, that's not you. You're not the same kind of destroyer. He is. It's just life is just life just throws that shit in there every now and then. Like Will Smith, life gave him the perfect woman. She just likes to fuck light skinned men with dreads. That's the only that's where life comes in and just humbles you every now and then, right? But I love it though. I don't mind being humbled. It's a beautiful thing. I love being humbled by life, not by people. I don't like when people humble me, because people when people humble you, they have a tendency to rub it in your face. They're never just like humble and they like, all right, you can sit on that. Nah, they like to just rub it in, like put your face in the piss, like how you do your dogs and shit. But I'm gonna wrap this episode up. It's 4th of July. I recorded this episode a little bit later than usual. I usually try to get an episode in earlier throughout the week, but I did this a little bit later. I don't really support 4th of July like that, because everybody's like, oh, I want to be more on Juneteenth level. So I want to show the same kind of how I used to support 4th of July. I want to get that same kind of support to Juneteenth. And so 4th of July is just a regular day to me. It's always been a regular day. Even when I was in the military, even when I was in the military, it wasn't a regular day, because they always find a way to just show that kind of support. You'll see all the goddamn patriotic people wearing, American clothes, American star shit, like, fuck all that. But I'm glad you guys are listening, and thank you guys. You guys have a great one.